All right, let's get started. So yeah, I guess it's all in the title. Betrayal Krondor is 30 years old. Actually, 30 years and 2 days. I am informed. The actual 30-year anniversary was on Thursday, which I did. I did stream a little bit then, but I wanted to do a little bit more. Even though I don't really have time to do this, but this is going to be my last stream for a little while. So I'm happy. I'm pleased that it can be a game that I love. Betrayal at Krondor, one of the greatest RPGs of all time, unquestionably. You know what? Why don't we just get straight into the game? We can chat more about it. See if I can remember what I was doing. Actually, I hadn't really gotten very far. Oh, how loud is this? Let's not do that. We're just gonna let the credits play for a moment. I seem to have forgotten to do something. As usual. Just love this music. Okay. Let's see. I believe I was outside of Lamont. It's just outside Lamont. Pretty much just started the game. I don't know if I'm even going to get to chapter 2 today. Probably not. That's what's great about or one great thing about this game is it's just so huge. Or at least that is certainly how I felt when I was younger. As an adult with responsibilities, it's less ideal, but yes. Oh wait, actually, having this tip again. Whenever this indicates skills you are trying to work on, trying to advance. So since I'm gonna advance Locklear's lockpicking skills. Actually, you know what? I should really have Gorath do it. Because I'm kind of looking ahead here. I guess I probably shouldn't get too much into why I'm doing that. Because I only have 2 lockpicks. Maybe I should save the training for later. Okay, cool. That's who's carrying the torches? Owen gets a better suit of armor. 1 moment. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, great. Method worked. Where should we? I guess we're just gonna kind of wander here. See what's down this path. A cave. All right, I think this would be into the Dwarven mines, but we don't need to go there right now. Uh-oh, got ambushed. One moment, this is a little loud, so I'm gonna turn it down a bit. Maybe more like, yeah, that's good. Okay, I got a couple of ambushers here. And this guy has unfortunately positioned himself in such a way that Owen can't use any magic. So I'm just gonna get Owen out of here so he can get to his magic. Locklear's gonna help out Gorath here. Attack with Gorath. Okay, now Owen can use some magic. Blind them. Continue picking on this guy. Oh, he's doing entirely too well. Let's do something about that. Gorath's okay. That's 1 down. This guy has decided he's no longer blinded, so we're gonna disabuse him of that notion. I'm gonna let Gorath do a little resting, get a breather. Everything's pretty well under control here. Here's a little life hack, so to speak, of Betrayal at Krondor. If your guys need healing, and you don't want to like make camp and spend time and use rations, you can just have them heal in a fight. As the rest feature is supposed to be, so people can get a little stamina back so they can cast spells or do a little bit better in the combat. But if you're like wounded, yeah, you can just go ahead and heal up right there. To some extent. I'm going to get Gorath back into the fight in a moment. One more, I think. Yeah. So, there's actually a big stream on YouTube of some of the staff members who were responsible for making this game, which I caught a bit of, not everything, unfortunately. I've been very busy. I'm gonna have to check out more of that, uh, like the VOD later. Great. And we have a whetstone. This is used to, you might have noticed, the armor and weapons have percentages next to them. That's the condition they're in. They can break. Um, so you need tools to, or I could use a better sword. You need tools to fix them. You also need the skill to do so. That is weapon craft for the swords and armor craft for the armor, obviously. Um, yeah. So who has that whetstone? Or I didn't even take it. Okay. Let Gorath do it. So there's a few things that are good about that. One is your weapons will. I'm not sure, like, there's always like sort of a scale, like if there's a difference between, say, a 80% conditioned sword and a 70% conditioned sword. I don't know how big of a difference that is, but I can tell you one thing that is definitely true, and that is when you go to a shop to sell weapons and armor, the better condition they are in, the more money you can make from them. So that is something to keep in mind. I mean, in the beginning, your guys are not that well. I mean, Gorath's pretty good actually. He can get better. Do this. This is this is unfortunately a little. I don't know about this idea with the skills to have you focus on particular skills. It kind of gets a little tedious. It gets in the way. Where did that? Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. Right. So I made their swords as good as possible to slow things down to have to do this to like optimize your experience. But it is interesting. It's an interesting idea. But yeah, various people from Dynamics were there on the stream talking about their experiences, and then they showed a series of short interviews with streamers, hosted by Goldie Thoughts, who I shouted out last time. Like, maybe I'll just go ahead and do that again. Actually, another interview was with make sure I'm getting this spelling correct. One moment. Was with Kilgore Trout. Just give shout outs here. I got that right. Yep. Okay. Right. So if you're fans of those, either of those two, something to check out. Now this looks like an inn. Let's see here. Yep. Tavern keep. My mouse went crazy again. Let me try that again. Tavern keeper greeted them at the door. Guiding them inside to a cluster of tables, he produced a sheaf of papers, which had been inked with the name of various goods and drinks, above which had been written the name of the tavern, the Green Cat. Quite something, eh? The tavern keeper said in obvious admiration. It's to become the fashion in all the taverns and inns, I hear. I believe the word for it is menu. Unfortunately, I won't have anything on it for a while. So, gents, can I get you a bit to eat? Well, let's take a look. Cash up front if you don't mind, he said, rubbing his fingers together. You don't really need it, but we can take a look. Rations is what you want when you're on the road, because they keep the day's rations. I mean, if you're, I guess you could get like if you're going to camp, you'd probably eat these first. I assume. I never really bothered with it. The rations are so inexpensive that it just became unimportant to quibble over. But I assume you'd eat the day's rations first. So if you were just about to camp, maybe that would be a good idea. Just save a bit of money. But we've actually got a fair number of rations as is, so we don't bother with that. The door swung open. Bleary-eyed and smelling of alcohol, a 40-ish looking man sneered at them. Well, what do you want? He shouted. Out with it! We were hoping you could give us directions. Directions? Directions? The man's eyes blazed as he snared a wine bottle from the floor. I'll give you directions. Before Locklear could react, he felt the impact of the wine bottle against his skull. So we got some friendly locals. That actually did. Actually, I'm not sure. I guess it may have damaged his stamina. I think that does cause damage. You get a little bit of damage. That'll teach you to like knock on people's doors and talk to them. Locklear knocked on the door. For a long moment, he leaned against the doorframe as he waited, positioning himself so he could listen for the sounds of any stirrings inside. When at last it was evident no one was coming, he stepped back with a shrug. Doesn't seem that anyone's about, Locklear said. Locklear knocked on the door of the small wooden house, then waited patiently for someone to answer. After several seconds, a woman appeared and ushered them inside. I don't have time to talk unless it's really important, sirs. I have to finish preparing some mushrooms that I picked for the shopkeeper over at Keggis. He nearly ran out of healing restoratives yesterday, and you know what they say? You can kill me, but you can't eat me. That's a strange expression, Gora said. What does it mean? To tell the truth, I don't know, the woman replied, her face brightening with a wide grin. It was something that the Baron Kevin used to say. Never could make any sense out of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really must be running along. There's some deep lore there. Baron Kevin is a prominent character in the novel Servant of the Empire. An abandoned house. Ooh, they left some coinage. Take that and a crossbow string. Take that too. That is something when we get crossbows. Crossbows also have to be repaired, kept in good condition, just like swords and armor. But the crossbow string is useful in that it instantly, completely repairs a crossbow, which kind of makes sense. I guess the string was probably the point that would be most vulnerable, most prone to wear and tear. It appears we've found a herb shop, the Keggis Herbs, who were looking for mushrooms from that lady we just met. Locklear sniffed, rubbing his irritated nose. He struggled against the urge to sneeze, but the smoky interior of the shop made it hard to maintain his demeanor. More annoying, the smoke obscured his view of the vials and jars which crammed the store shelves, most of which appeared to contain herbs or incense. Normally in this game you want to look around. You want to put your pointer around, see if there's anything of interest. Like those coins hidden in Lamut. I don't think there's going to be anything here in this herb shop. Probably not I mean, even if you did find something hidden, it's not exactly polite to just pocket it. But here in the herb shop, we've got various things. This is for healing, but only in camp. Like it helps increase the natural healing of resting. This is actually for maintaining crossbows. It's like I guess it's a lacquer, a resin to use on strong crossbow strings when they begin to lose their cohesiveness. And there's some buffs for weapons and armor, and well, I don't think we need I mean, here's a healing potion. That's definitely something of great use in this game. These other sort of flasks here are potions that enhance the characters themselves, whereas these other three devices are things you can like apply to your weapons or armor, make them more effective. But I don't think we need anything. Herbs are nice, but we'll probably find some on our way. Let me think. What way do we want to go? Maybe we'll go down here through this pass. Yeah. Or do we want to go straight for Krondor? Actually, let's do that. Let's see how far we can get. It's actually kind of difficult to make it straight to Krondor because you wanna enhance your character's skills, make them stronger, because there are some tough fights on that route. And here's another aspect of the game: the traps. Which are kind of like they're puzzles basically. This one's very easy. In this particular one, it's just we have these little rods in the ground, and if you walk between them, you're not gonna like what happens. So let's not walk between them. Although this is much like combat, this is an even better place to let your characters heal up, because if you're not moving, you're not going to be in any trouble. So you can just sort of sit here and just max out your stamina, which I've done. And then at this point, you kind of wonder, like, you're not supposed to think about it too hard. You're not supposed to think about the fact that the group could just simply walk around the entire thing. Because all I have to do to end this trap is just move law clear forward. It's done. Don't think about it too hard. Just enjoy the little puzzle exercise, the mental exercise of figuring out how to navigate the trap without getting damaged or too damaged. All right, we got a little discussion about the trap and the ambushes. Okay, Locklear. This took some time for them to assemble. I thought perhaps the assassins that had attacked us thus far had followed us through the Inglendale, but there are too many of them, even to chase a renegade like Gorath. Elkon has to be calling on spies already placed within the kingdom. Gorath. But the Delicon sits in Sar-Sargoth. Word of my escape could only have traveled as we have come. Locklear. The fact that we have been attacked this far south suggests otherwise. Owen. I have never been a witness to it, but I have heard of a talent called mind speech. Very few magicians have it, but the ability allows men to communicate over very long distances. Perhaps Delicon might have hired such help. Horath. It is entirely possible. Even before I escaped from his fortress, it was rumored that the magicians with whom he has been keeping company had such talents. I know that his assistant Nago claimed to have such powers, though I never saw evidence of such. Locklear. And if Delicon has the capacity, then undoubtedly he shall use his assistance. So we will have to be cautious.
Watch out for any who seem like magicians as we head for Krondor. Both of you, keep your eyes open.
What does a magician look like? Yeah, I guess I kind of misspoke last time when I said there's the whole big map to explore. You kind of have these points where it's just like, well, I mean, it's reasonable. This is an old game. They couldn't just have, well, maybe they could have, but they didn't. They didn't have just a whole map for one map for everything. They carved the map up into certain discrete regions. That region was like something like, I don't know if it follows into this pass or not. But yeah, I mean, there is some gaps, but not much. I mean, you can't go in these mountains, for instance. They're too tall for you. I can't. Oh, hey, Artyom, how are you doing? Doesn't seem to be anything on this little path. Just lurking around and getting some projects wrapped up. Yep, I completely understand that. That's like my usual, my usual Twitch activities. Wrath.
I think we might do well to pay attention to that little creature. Whatever startled it may be close at hand. If we continue in the direction we are currently headed, I suggest we do so with great caution.
Oh, well, I didn't really listen, did I? I got ambushed. Goldie Thoughts! Hello! How are you doing? And I'm thinking about things. Should shout out. Do some shout outs. And I'd actually already shout you out, Goldie. Oh, yeah. Totally. Yeah, I love this game. It's a shame it's so long. I should say a shame in air quotes that it's so long. But I had actually shouted you out earlier because I didn't catch much of the stream this morning. I'm sorry to say because I was kind of busy, but I saw that you had your interviews come up there. Very cool. I'm gonna check out the VOD when I have a chance. That's a great sound effect. I don't think I quite recalled that it was like it sounds like a drum when he hits people with his staff. Or when he misses them. It's the same sound. Excellent. Better sword for Gorath. Which one is this again? Defense. Rations? One has crossbow strings, but no crossbows. Do they have anything back here? Oh, you know what? Actually, with you two here, I think it seems like a good time to do something I was going to do during this stream, which is show some stuff off. So let's take a momentary pause from the game. Get my stuff ready. Okay. So let's see. Let's start with maybe just this. I am actually, unlike Kilgore, apparently, Kilgore Trek. He said he's never read these books. I am a big fan um, of Feist. I've read almost everything he's done. Here's my copies of my current copies of his Rift War books. These are not the originals that I read. Had to replace those because they were kind of getting a little too worn out. This is too big to show. Yeah. So I had actually read all of these before Betrayal at Krondor even came out. I don't know how rare that makes me. I'll put that aside, and then we've got a copy of the novelization here, hardcover. I guess I should just do this with the game. And you can see here on the sticker, free CD-ROM game and demo inside, which is that is the copy I have because I actually did have the floppy version. I don't have. I I don't know if I either lost the floppies or they're buried in a box in my mother's house somewhere. And unfortunately, the box is long gone. Um, here's the disc that actually came in the book. It was started off its life here in the back. There's a little plastic sleeve here. You can maybe make out over the map. That's where the disc was originally. I decided to put it in a jewel case. This actually has more than just the game too. It had like a demo of Return to Krondor, and it had some other stuff. That's kind of cool. Quite a deal, this book, I'd say, especially if you're a fan of the game or the novels or anything. You know, to have a copy of the game. And then I also still have my manual, and well, I have all my stuff here. You got the this combination reference sheet and map and like quick reference. Yeah, that's the word. Got all that. You know, I had to remind myself actually because I think I was like checking out Kilgore's stream yesterday, and I think Gorath's beard came up, and I was like, wait a second, do I remember something about that? And yeah, if you read the manual, there's a reason why he has a beard, and that's because he's actually a half elf, which is I'm pretty sure that's pretty rare in this setting. Yeah, here's the manual. Very nice thick paper here. Get some pictures of the characters in their costumes. Everyone's favorite Patris or Patris bug. The side characters. Sorry if this is not like optimal experience here. I'm not used to being a cameraman. Yeah. Yeah, if you want to if you have any requests about getting like a closer look at anything, just let me know. I do. This paper's got a nice texture on the cover. I like it. I remember watching Dr. CDCS last year, and I was like, "Oh, he's got such a harsh rules on spoilers, but some of this stuff like is just in the manual, and it's like, oh, if you just read the manual." I guess that's not uncommon. And then finally, I have I do have a copy of Return to Krondor. Yeah, I mean I don't blame him. I don't blame him because I guess you got to be harsh about that because some people do go too far. But at the same time, he's pretty strict. Probably stricter than I would be. A little elevation on this stand here. So yeah, I still have my disc and manual for Return to Krondor as well. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I understand that's his thing, so I hold my tongue. I mean, it's like if you go into someone's home and they tell you to take the shoes off, even if you don't do that at your house, well, you take your shoes off, right? Because it's their house. Yeah, so that's I still have all my Krondor stuff. I wish I could say I played Return to Krondor. My experience with Return to Krondor is I got it at release, and it just it was very different from Betrayal, and I don't know. I think I got frustrated in the beginning. I remember there was like maybe I got frustrated with the lock picking, and then I just kind of put it aside, sadly, because I hear it's still pretty good. I hear this game's still pretty good. Not as good as Betrayal, but still pretty good. It's both a great comparison and one that isn't accurate for me. I have the my back injury needs. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. That yeah, not a perfect analogy. Yeah, so I wanted to put this game on my short list of games to stream, but I've been having some issues getting this to play nice, like way more issues than anything else I've tried so far. But I will figure it out someday. Yeah. So that's everything. Um, if you want me to take a closer look at anything here, oh, welcome to the stream, Gorosu. Yeah, yeah. I think it's cool too. Just got a disc copy of Betrayal. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. Return is one of the only Krondor games I have in box. Well, I mean, there's just the two. There's just the two games. So you've got half of them in box. Yeah, so just let me know if you want me to look at anything closer. I don't know what else to do, so I guess I could just return to the game. Both games, Betrayal Krondor, I got from a friend in 1994. Nice. Oh right, yeah, and Taros. Yeah, sure. So you don't have that. So you don't have that in the box either. I wonder. That's probably a pretty cheap one, I'd imagine, because it's not very popular, from my understanding. Actually, let's take a quick look at Return to Krondor's manual. It's not. It's not quite as nice as Betrayals. It's kind of like matter of fact. Like here's the game. Here's how you play the game. Not a whole lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Flair, I guess. Yeah, flair. That works. Not a lot of flair to this manual. It's solid though. I guess that's kind of the like how you describe Return to Krondor, or not how I would describe it, but how some people would describe it. It's solid, solid entry, but not what Betrayal was. Not everything Betrayal was. Yeah. All right. So anyone wants a closer look at anything, just let me know. But otherwise, I guess we can just get back to the game. I just started this. I started a new game last Thursday, just 2 days ago, just for this, just for the anniversary. I'm probably not going to do a long play anytime soon. This long play is a very long play with Betrayal. See what here. See what's here. The man who greeted them at the door smelled of fish. Folks call me Chanty, he said after Locklear introduced himself. After a few more minutes of friendly conversation, he revealed he was a fisherman, but he hadn't been out on his boat for several days due to his health. As he spoke, he threw dark looks at an unseen thing over Owen's shoulder. Locklear was about to ask him another question when Chanty suddenly mumbled something angrily and slammed the door closed. No amount of coaxing could convince him to open it again. I was pretty okay with DOS, but yeah, I haven't had any issues with this DOS box um, version. I'm actually running the GOG version. It's where half of the houses are filled with crazy inhabitants. Yes, that's part of the charm. It's kind of incredible when you think about it that they wrote all of these pages of random things happening that just have nothing to do with anything. It's probably more than half in real life. What we got here? No one. No one's here. A grave. Love that too. I don't think. Do I need a shovel to do this? I can't remember. Probably on. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna bookmark first though. Okay, I do need a shovel. I'm not too comfortable with the idea of accidentally digging up dead people. Besides, we need a shovel. Yep, got an ambush here. Right. Try to ambush the ambushers. Alright, we succeeded. Wait, what the? Why is Owen's stamina nothing? Did I get, like, cursed for trying to dig up the dead body? Oh wait, did he get that hurt in that last combat? I didn't think he was that hurt. Oh yeah, no, I know he was... The spellcasting drains his stamina. It's just, I was a little surprised by how he had no stamina left. And I guess he just got more hurt in that last fight than I thought. Better hit this guy before he comes after on. He hit his buddy. That's something cool about this game is that, well, cool and not cool is there's friendly fire, but it's for them too. They're trying to run away, huh? Oh yeah, it's hilarious when the enemy does it. Which I think it's probably fair to say that they do it more often than than we do, or at least more often than I do. I don't want him to get away, but these other guys are a little more slightly bigger concern, but I don't want him to get away. This guy, get this guy stunned. Come on, Gorath. Come on. The guys are not great at this point. Just a little bit of invitation. Bad. There we go. Gorath is just too old. His age catching up with him. That's why he has lower skill. Than you know what? I think I forgot to give him the Moradel sword. I forgot to actually put that in his hands. He'd probably be doing better if he had that. But he'll get better. He'll get better. He's probably already good. No, really, no skill increase after that. Let's see. Did I forget to? Yeah, I did. Whoops. Money. Ooh, a crossbow. Finally. I guess we have two crossbow strings. Might as well use one. Being picky about what I pick up now. Oops, wrong guy. Trade you. Trade your sword for a better one. Alright, that's enough. Need to find a shop to offload some excess stuff. That's a shop. What kind of shop though? Okay, supply. A general goods store looks like. Lay of the goods store was comfortably familiar, arranged in such a common sense fashion that it took only a few moments for Locklear to locate the items which interested him. Yep. You get a shovel and dig that grave up. And armor's hammers cost a lot. Not sure what I need. Let's sell some stuff. That's a good point, Gorosu. Yeah, I usually do that too. Is it really worth it for this, like, tier 1 equipment, though? That armorer's hammer's pretty expensive. I guess for the whetstone it probably is. Let's haggle for this whetstone. Okay. I should have tagged barter before I came in here. Oh well. Yeah, okay. Alright, sure. Let me just get a haggle in successfully. This guy's tough. I didn't even get a skill increase. 43% is not that bad. Should be able to succeed fairly often. This poor shopkeeper's probably like, oh, these guys again. Told you, not selling it for cheaper. Come on, just a little cheaper. Just a little cheaper. Alright, my patience might run out before his does. Oops. Not even a skill increase. Or maybe I have to succeed before I get a skill increase. Ah, all right. I'll try this just one more time. Just one more time. There we go. Oh, yes. That's a that's a big discount. Very nice. So, dang. Well, I already have a whetstone. Let me do some repairing first. I'll do the whetstone the weapons first. That's it for the whetstones. Or for that whetstone. Nice. See that much. Locklear is only slightly worse. I guess I'll focus on Goroth for now. Oh, I already did that one. Okay. All the armor. Oh yeah. Gamer's still good for a while. Oh, shoot. Dang, he doesn't buy the weapons. That's okay. The armor takes up way more space anyway. Let's get that whetstone. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I will stop. Just buy it. Okay. Let me just fix up everyone's. Wait, did I fix everyone's weapons? Yeah, let me just do that real quick. I think I did all those. May have done this one too. Guess not. All right, great. I find this like skill tagging a bit tedious. Wish that was a bit simplified, but it's okay. We play the game as it is, accept it for what it is, and it is great. It is a great game. Just a nitpick of mine. So did anyone else catch any of the YouTube stream by the uh, Dynamics team this morning? Come in, chimed a courteous young woman in a brightly colored apron. She held the cottage door open. Kneeling in front of a stone fireplace, a young man was placing several small logs into a crackling fire. The man looked up with a smile. Yes, please. We just finished eating, but I had some luck fishing today, so there's plenty to go around. Locklear's nostrils flared as he welcomed the smell of barbecued sea bass and fresh bread still lingering in the air. It's a tempting offer, but I'm afraid we must be going, he said. A drink of fresh water will suffice. Of course, but won't you take some food with you? Then I could have Laurelyn prepare a small package for each of you, good for 2 days at least. She's quite a cook, you know. I can't refuse that. I can't refuse an offer like that. With a smile, the young man motioned to his wife. He moved next to her and helped prepare the rations, stopping only long enough to act out several key moments in a somewhat credible fishing story about a big one that got away. When they were through, they handed several packages to Locklear, who accepted them graciously. You have been too kind, he said. Oh, you didn't hear about it? Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, I was kind of like interested in it, and I didn't really. I had to really go looking for the information. You probably didn't hear. I know this is more in your neck of the woods, but they actually had a get together in Eugene, Oregon, last night, which I was kind of tempted to go to, but I just couldn't justify it. Kind of wanted to go to maybe get my manual signed by. Oh, you didn't know about it? Damn. Oh shoot. Yeah, I wish they had publicized it a little bit better. Yeah, yeah, that was cool. I mean, you never hear about stuff like that. Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you got a lot going on. Locklear motioned to the man across the room. Sometimes I come to this place to drink and gab, the man said, but sometimes I come to gab. Well, then, perhaps you could tell us, Locklear began hopefully. Before he could finish, the man interrupted. Today I just came to drink. I feel that one. Locklear cleared his throat. Glancing up from the business of cleaning his fingernails with a boot knife, the man regarded them frostily, motioning with the tip of his knife for them to quickly make their business known. That's a very nice knife. Keshian, isn't it? Locklear commented carefully. Where did you chance to purchase it? The man smiled, showing uneven brown teeth. Who said I bought it? Ah, Locklear said, taking hold of Owen's shirt sleeve. Well, I think my companion here promised me a drink before we came in, and I think it's well nigh time I collected on it. Good day to you. Perhaps we can speak again. Gotta run off. It's time for some co-op games. Nice. Have a great stream. Thank you. Thank you. What are you playing? Are you doing it on stream? I love co-op games, but like seems like most of my friends either have different taste in games or incompatible schedules or something that keeps it from happening. Same guy. Is that the guy I talked to? We'll try bar. Oh, actually, you know what? I should have Owen focus on barding while I do this. Huh, succeeded right out the gate. That's good. Gorath learned a little something. Owen didn't even do increase his skills. It was just Gorath. It's funny. Gorath, the character that's probably never going to be doing any barding. There were stirrings inside the house. After a short time, a stout lad of about 13 came to the door, opening it wide. If you're looking for my brother, he's not here right now. Actually, no, Locklear replied. Are your parents about? The boy paused for a heartbeat. My folks were killed a year back. Mitch and I moved here several months ago to study swordplay with Tad Questor. We're going to find the bloody brigands who did it and feed them their own hearts. Locklear was about to offer some fatherly advice about leaving such work to those older and more qualified, but seeing the boy's expression, he decided against it. Instead, he asked, Is Tad good with a sword? What, are you kidding? He's the greatest! It was right over there. The boy motioned towards Tad's house, then excused himself, closing the door behind him. All right, okay, let's see what kind of shop this is. Weapon shop, excellent. And sell these excess swords. It's funny how the shopkeepers are never like, where did you get all these extra swords and armor? And why are they covered in blood? Don't worry about it. Can't really afford much. Stone will last a while. Will last a while. Locklear knocked loudly. Presently, a finely dressed man greeted them. As he spoke, he wiped sweat from his brow with a silk handkerchief. Fine day, don't you think? I'm Tad Questor. Have you come for a lesson? His eyebrows raised in a hopeful arch. Lesson? Inquired Locklear. The man disappeared into his house and returned with a blunt-tipped fencing foil. Have you come to learn the finer arts of swordsmanship? He asked, punctuating his question with several impressive maneuvers. I could give you all a quick lesson for only 75 sovereigns. How does that sound? That sounds like it's most of my money. Another time. How much money did I have? Okay, actually, it's about half my money. That might be worth it. And we'll just continue for now, though. Wait, he's Tad Questor? Is this his place? Did he put everything back? Yeah. Okay. Locklear charged forward. Caught off guard, their opponents scrambled around helplessly before finally squaring off in a defensive position. Exploiting their momentary advantage, Locklear barked several quick commands and prepared to join the battle. I'm surprised I'm getting the surprise in so frequently. Is that just like, maybe that's a feature in Chapter 1 that enemies are easier to surprise so long as you spot them. Well, thank you for the follow, Garasu. Thank you. I didn't hear the sound effect. This music's a little too loud. No. Oof. With the crossbow. No, this guy does not like Owen. What? What in the world? That was weird. How is Gorath attacking this guy from here? They're doing pretty well against me. Need some magic. Some magic into this fight. Leave my wizard alone. There we go. Double, there we go. Incapacitate this fellow. Went down pretty quick there at the end. Crossbow. We should kind of split the bolts with Locklear here a little bit. If I was doing a proper long play, I might be tempted to go back to that other group I fought, get theirs to loot the rest of their stuff, but I guess I still could. Those bodies will stick around for a while. Am I getting the same body? Yeah. Okay. There we go. South of Krondor. Fix up the weapons. Actually, maybe we'll let Locklear mix his own weapon. Hey. Some armor craft skill there. Check what time of day it is. I think I'll let everyone rest the night. A little bit beat up in that fight. A farmer was ahead of them, debating for a moment whether it would be more prudent to hide before they were seen or to behave normally. Locklear decided that the man was probably of no immediate threat to them. Rowe, I hope for your good health you have found shelter against the coming tempest, good sirs. Locklear, tempest? Rowe, surely you have heard. The learned monks of Sarth have predicted a terrible storm is coming this way, and I would hate to think of anyone caught out in it. Why, a man could catch his death of the fevers. If you would like, you may write it out in my barn. Locklear, and what profit would you turn in this enterprise? Rowe, 5 gold sovereigns. A reasonable sum, and to guard over my cows. You can sleep in the hayloft of my barn, but my wife and I don't take in elves. Locklear, 7 gold pieces. The elf stays with us, and we each get a hard roll for breakfast. Rowe, 10 gold, and the lot of you milk cows the next morning. That's the offer. Take it or leave it. I think we're supposed to take this. I know what happens. Sure. Sounds like a great deal. Locklear. Deal. Where is this barn of yours? Row. Keep heading south. You should pass the Abbey of Shat Sarth. You'll know you're right close to it when you've passed up the Temple of Sung. From there, it's just around Yellow Mule Mountain. When you find the barn, just go knock on the door and my wife will fix you up. Locklear. Thank you, farmer. Your hospitality will be remembered. Indeed. Shall be remembered. Actually, kind of a fun part of the stream this morning on YouTube was they showed like an early prototype of the game, and the water was actually animated. They 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 cut back a few things from that prototype because apparently it was very memory intensive. Uh-oh, got ambushed. First encounter with an enemy magician. Deal with him. Oh man. He's just close enough to keep me from casting. Well, we'll get in their magician's face. I probably wanted to rest more, but I didn't. I did not remember this ambush. Oh, shoot, that guy's fast. Hopefully Gorath can deal with this other attacker quickly. Oh, thank goodness. I was concerned doing that he was not going to be in the spot I wanted. Locklear was not going to be in the spot that I wanted him to be in. That he'd be behind this swordsman here instead of to this side, so I could keep the magician from casting. quick, quick little fellow running around. I definitely don't want him casting. I'm not even really sure if I'm close enough to block him this time. I guess I was. Everyone's just missing for a big swing. Nope. Owen's getting beat up. Oh shoot, Gorath's getting beat up. I might lose this fight. Wait, why is this? Why is his? Is he poisoned or something? Why is his skill so low? He's not. He's not that badly damaged. Must have been that magician's spell. There we go. All right. Okay. Things are taking a turn now. Let me do something about that magician. He's a slippery little fellow. This is apparently the developers' method of making magicians really annoying. Just make them as fast as possible. This is not great. We should still win. 3-on-1. Should be able to. I need to use some magic here. All right. Another whetstone. That's good. Ooh. Powder bag. Locklear untied the drawstrings which closed the pouch, and sifted through the ash-colored material within. Buried underneath was a slip of parchment on which had been shakily printed, "Throw into face of victim, Lornas, artificer of Polunk." It's pocket sand. We got pocket sand. Got a better sword. Very nice. Far have we come? Okay, we're near Sarth. Wait a... Yes. To Sarth. From a distance, the Abbey of Ishap at Sarth had seemed a fortress, its sheer, walled courtyard dominated by an ancient single-story keep. But closer inspection revealed that a shop profited where once an ironmonger had forged swords, delicate flowers bloomed where soldiers had once mustered. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Check out the shop. Stardock Annex. Magic shop. Owen ogled as he picked through the assortment of magical items which had been laid out in the improvised store. Many of the items were marked by tags which indicated they had been sent from the Academy of Magic run by Pug of Stardock. Bunch of stuff we can't afford. Or that's not really worth it anyway. This is just basically a light source. It's a magical torch. Some of this stuff would be nice. Don't need that though. I wonder why they decided to add like a magical scroll of a spell that they must have known. I mean, that you start with Despair Thy Eyes, and I don't think. I believe Patris has it as well, but it would be quite a. You're really planning ahead to buy this for for Patras here before getting him in your group later. If he doesn't have it, it's a complete waste of money. If he does have it, check the temple. First temple. Meditation chamber was Spartan and strangely cold, seeming all the colder for the heatless flame which burned in the holy censer. The only bow that had been made to adornment in the temple appeared to be the strange pattern that had been etched upon the wall. Montclair squinted. The wall looked strangely barren, as if a space had been prepared for a decoration which had not yet been crafted. This is kind of the quick travel of the game, or normally it is, but this particular temple doesn't have it. Normally they have a pattern on the wall, and when you find more temples, you can pay to instantly travel between them. The fire was cold. Unnerved by the unnatural flame, Locklear decided to explore it elsewhere. Locklear pulled the curtains aside. The rear section of the temple was as dramatic as was the meditation chamber. A large pool occupied the center of a lush courtyard and was hemmed in on all sides by an alabaster peristyle with climbing vines. Cloistered immediately off the open area were several arches, doorways either blocked by heavily woven curtains or choked with clouds of obscuring incense. Nearby, a gong sounded, and immediately a priest hurried out of a doorway, halting as he caught sight of the unexpected supplicants. But came quickly. A man of advancing years, his hair and beard seemed like a snowdrift, starkly in contrast to his dark skin, which was wrinkled like carefully crafted mahogany. Shaking Locklear's hand, he greeted them as if he had known them all their lives. Welcome to Ishep's Abbey, travelers. I am Father John. How may we be of assistance to you? We thought while we were passing through that we would come and visit the famous Abbey of Ishep at Sarth, Locklear said. You've done impressive things here. The abbot's eyes crinkled as he gave them a prideful glance. We hope to do more. We've only begun our work here, but thanks to Brother Anthony and Brother Mark, we've come a long way. Locklear bit his lip, hesitant to ask his question. Could we impose on your hospitality a bit? We have a few questions. I would love to, though alas, I have services to attend at the moment. But if you have questions, Sarth is the place to come. We have books on many things, and if you seek out Brother Mark, he can help you with a good many other questions. Good day to you. I don't think we really need any of this, and I believe it costs money. The priest shrugged. There is nothing wrong with you that I may mend, he said at last. Your wounds will heal themselves with time, or may be mended by chirurgeon, but I can only heal those things of a spiritual nature. There is no curse upon you, nor is Lim's Cragma marked you to come soon to her halls. You shall survive without assistance. The priest bid them farewell. Leaving the lushness of the central courtyard, they passed back through the curtains into the deserted meditation chamber. Yeah, we don't really need the temple right now. We can go check out this. Yes, the library. So Sarth is in the world of Mechamia. It's kind of like if you ever played Baldur's Gate. It's kind of the equivalent of Candlekeep. They collect knowledge, all the books they can get their hands on. And I checked these out, but I know it's all just flavor text. So just read this part. A supernatural silence reigned in the vaults under Sarth. A perfect stillness which was unbroken even when a priest would accidentally let fall a book while searching the shelves, or when someone would sneeze while opening a dusty volume. It was as if time itself had been frozen here, trapped between the wooden cases like pages within a book. This is Sarth plays a big role in the book Silverthorn. You guys are kind of beat up. Probably should do some resting. I think there's another NPC over here in this farm. this field here. A garden was nearby. Wrinkling his nose at the smell of fresh fertilizer, Owen pointed out a small cloud of dust that rose off the roadside. Within the cloud, a mushroom-shaped man was hard at work, his hoe rising and dipping over a row of budding pink potato eyes. Flashing his irrepressible smile, Locklear crept up behind the monk. Brother Mark, I half jumped from out of my robes. Hello there, strangers. Locklear, I hope we aren't disturbing you. Brother Mark, no, I was about to leave the garden anyway. Busy hands set the mind to work, you know. On your way to Sarth? Locklear, perhaps, Brother Mark of Sarth. Glad to meet you. We don't get many Ilarati here. Books don't seem to interest the commoners as much as gold or wenching, but we have scholars enough, all going blind from reading worm-eaten books and a dozen boys scribbling away their youth in our vaults. It is an unusual place. Locklear, I have a friend who visited here once. He told me that you worship the god of knowledge. Brother Mark, they do say that, yes, and I suppose after a fashion it is true. If there is a question that can be answered in no other place, your best hope is to look in our vaults. Whoops. Oh, I didn't skip anything. I accidentally clicked twice. Let's ask about this. Owen, do you know anything about spellcasting? Mark, I know a little of it, though Brother Dominic knows more about it than I. As soon as he finishes his studies on Quegian civil codes, I'm certain he would be more than happy to sit down and talk to you about it. He should be only another 2 or 3 months at it, I would think. Locklear, I'm afraid we don't have 2 or 3 months to wait. Why don't we leave the brother alone, nephew? Mark, tis. Now don't discourage the boy from asking questions, or he'll become afraid to question anything. I think I might have some time to teach him a bit about focusing, if you can spare a few sovereigns, say 50. Is that acceptable to everyone? I'll think about it, but not right now. Locklear, really, we have other things we must do. We appreciate the offer nonetheless. Brother Mark, if you change your mind, the offer will stand. Locklear asked about road south. Are there any hazards on the road south from here to Krondor? We are in something of a hurry, and I would hate to run into any unexpected delays. Mark, I haven't heard any complaints from the travelers that have been through here in the past few weeks. I don't think the mercenaries that stopped by to speak to Brother Dominic said anything of it. Locklear, mercenaries? They're not in Quagian press gangs, are they? Mark, not to my knowledge, no. These lot landed just south of Quester's View on a ship called the Foam Spinner. As much as they've been up and down the road, I assume they were in on a shore leave. Locklear, were there many of them? Mark, many of them? If you laid them head to foot, I imagine you could walk across the straits of darkness without getting your feet wet. It seems one of those Quagian galleys can carry a small village from one place to another. Weather. So when is the storm going to hit? We're a little concerned about finding a place to stay so we don't get soaked. Mark, storm? It is the first I have heard of such a meteorological disturbance. Brother Giram didn't mention it to me before I left the abbey this morning. Locklear, that's strange. We met a gentleman named Rowe who said a storm had been predicted by the brothers at the abbey. Brother Mark, I wonder why he would tell you such a thing. Of course, he has been acting peculiarly since his wife died. Terrible tragedy, and striking at such a time when he had to give up his farm. I really must feel for the poor old soul. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Like, apparently no part of Rose's story is checking out, at least with Brother Mark. Curious. Owen, now that I know a little more about spellcasting, perhaps there's a simple spell you could teach me? Roth, Owen, just something simple, so we can defend ourselves in case we run into anyone hostile on the road. Brother Mark, I don't know what you imagine is waiting out there for you, but I believe I have just the thing. I will have to run up to the vaults to search for it, but it is a little spell called Flamecast. Of course, there will be the matter of a fee, say 30 sovereigns. I know precisely where it is if you want me to run and get it. Shall I? This sounds worthwhile to me. An offensive spell for only 30 sovereigns. Yeah, let's get it. Owen, you can be quick about it? Mark, I won't be a moment. I will return as quickly as my little feet can move me. They waited. When at last it seemed the priest was never going to return, he appeared waddling down the hillside, a beribboned parchment missive stuffed beneath one of his arms. Collecting the money owed him from Gorath, he cheerfully handed over the scroll. Is it permitted for outsiders to browse the books in the vaults? I would be interested in looking them over. Brother Mark. It's fine with me, but it's Brother Anthony you may have to convince. He doesn't like strangers wandering around down there without supervision. We have a number of rare and valuable books, and it would be the worst kind of tragedy to lose them to a casual browser. I'll warn you, though, you may have difficulty finding what it is you want. Many of the books have never been cataloged, unless you know very specifically what you are looking for, either by the scribe's name or the title of the work. You might not find anything that will be of any value to you. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Can you imagine if you went to the library and the library just kind of accepted anything that was written and they didn't really have any sort of well, that's not fair. I'm sure Sarth has some organization to it, but certainly not to the level that we enjoy in modern libraries. Just having to sift through countless books trying to find something of use. Owen, do you know of any good inns in the area? I think I might sleep a little better if I could bed down on something other than cold ground tonight. There are a few. You might try Babin's hostel in Quester's View, or the old Bywater Inn. If it weren't for my duties here, I would be half inclined to join you. Some acolyte somewhere has been trying his hand at dream sendings, and I've not had a good night's sleep in weeks. Owen, dream sendings? Brother Mark, it's a way to send messages over long distances. Only certain magicians have the talent for it. Whoever it is, they can't be too far away because his images are fairly strong. Owen, what do they seem to be trying to say? Brother Mark, I'm not certain. The images are too disjointed, though now I think of it, I thought I had seen your elf friend's face before. Now I know why. His face was in the sendings. Very curious, very curious. Yeah, I think I'll take up his offer about the tutoring. Owen, more than acceptable. Where do we start? Brother Mark, an enthusiastic student. Delightful. This will be a pleasure to teach. Owen blanched. He had been assigned a simple enough task, cast a telekinetic spell to move his satchel closer to him. Instead, his satchel had remained obstinately stationary while hurling Brother Mark backwards into his well-tended crops. Are you all right? Owen gasped. I didn't mean for that to happen. You are still depending on your eyes, Brother Mark sighed, brushing a stalk of corn out of his face as he struggled to his feet. Concentrate. If you ever find yourself in a situation when you can't see what you're affecting, all the spells in the world will be utterly useless to you. Instead of trying to see your target, try to feel it. Now let's try this again. I know you'll learn this eventually. We don't have any more time to waste, Locklear said. Why don't you pick up your things and we can get ready to move, Owen? Again on his feet, Brother Mark went to console his downcast pupil, patting him reassuringly on the shoulder. Remember, feel the target. That's the key. Until then, I suggest you stock up on a good supply of Luton's concentrate to get you through your exercises. That's a potion you can get. It helps you with your spellcasting. Locklear, seems we at least have a few things to think about. Thank you, Brother Mark. Always a pleasure to help. Come back and visit me again. Locklear, perhaps we will. Goodbye. Yes, I should hope his skill improved. We just paid 50 sovereigns to have his skill improved. All right, let's see how far we can get to Krondor now. If we go to Rose Farm, we might have a little bit of a surprise that I may not be ready for. We'll check it out anyway. Ooh, got some enemies. The enemy was not surprised. In fact, they seemed eager to accept the challenge and move forward to meet the failed charge. Weapons at ready, shouted Locklear. Looks like we're going to fight this one on their terms. Just a couple of them. Use Owen's magic to tilt the scales in our favor. Oh, wait. I think I just realized something. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, Gorath is back at okay. Okay at fighting. Hoping to get him better. One down. Two down. All is one. Search the bodies. They may have valuable supplies. I probably already read this. See what we got here. Fatimore's formula. Right, this is increases the strength, which means it increases the damage. Infamous by reputation, the notorious strength potion had on several occasions disrupted proceedings at Lancers tournaments. Expressly forbidden because of its unbalancing effects in combat, it still commanded high prices from soldiers looking to advance their positions with employing lords. Oh. Poison rations. I want those. This is the right ones, right? Why is that guy carrying around poison rations? Why are they carrying around poison rations? It's always been a mystery to me. Why do these guys have poison rations? I don't know. Like, was someone trying to poison them? Or were they hoping that whoever killed them would get they would get their revenge from beyond the grave? Oops. Oh shoot, I should be using this weapon. Great. Excellent. Get the armor now. I really use some better armor. I think that may be Rose Farm over there. Get a proper save in. This doesn't take spaces, does it? Does it? Does it really? What does it do there? Huh, that's impressive. I mean, considering this is a DOS game, it's nice that you can put in proper descriptions, not be limited to 8 characters. All right, let's try it. The air rippled as if the world about. I'm screwed. Actually, I'm gonna lose this fight because I didn't heal up. I wasn't sure this was the right place, but yeah, this is the surprise awaiting us. The air rippled, as if the world about them were nothing more than a curtain to be yanked aside. Four figures warped into existence before their very eyes, all Moradel and all armed. One of the assassins, dressed in finer wear than the three who flanked him, bared his teeth as he spoke. Gorath, Liwichan Choi Nakad Sedu Delicon, Baka al Eladel. Gorath? Locklear glanced questioningly at his companion, watching as the Moradel withdrew his own weapon, his black gaze fixed on the others of his kind arrayed before them. Defend yourself, Gorath rasped coldly. No Moss trooper this, but a sorcerer, Nago. Of those that are said to have served Delicon before the coming of the Six, he is known as the most powerful magician of my kin. Only we three, or he and his, will see the next morn. And it will probably be he and his. But let's see how well we can do. Getting in Naga's face. Ooh, that swing paid off. Ah. What, he's running already? We'll let him. Oh man, Owen's in bad shape. Oh, great. Well, one of them ran away. I can't imagine it's going to go well for him in the future. Like, Naga's going to be like, we were winning the fight and you ran away. Don't bother coming home. Owen is so dead. Yeah. Ooh. Ouch. Ooh. Oh my goodness. This just gives you a sense of how badly things can go in this game when you're not properly prepared for a fight. Locklear gasped, pain sapping his strength. He was unable to rise from the ground, but dimly he perceived his attacker moving closer, perhaps to finish him off, perhaps for some other less savory purpose. Bastard, Locklear whispered, his vision beginning to dim. Limbs Kragma. Curse you! Death came swiftly. That's why I just saved the game. Can we just like camp right outside their barn? That's hilarious. There we go. Okay. I'm healed up. We'll use some of this. Well, this is defense potion. We'll use some potions, huh? Can I do this before? Yeah, I think I can do this before a fight. I'll give the. Actually, maybe I'll split up the healing potions. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I didn't even learn the spell. Better do that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have now Owen use this. Owen and Gorath use the defense potion. This is kind of nice for me. A nice change of pace because I usually just hoard my potions till the end of time. And we'll have Locklear use the strength potion. And we'll bookmark and we'll see how this goes this time. Ooh, oh man. Oh shoot, I'd have rather him done that other spell that he did before. Sorry, you're on your own, Owen. Oh shoot, actually I should have... Whoa! Oh my goodness, what are the odds of that? What are the odds? That was amazing. That was like critical miss by that guy. Just amazing. Stop it. Leave him alone. Yes. Okay. Really wanted. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. That spell both hurts and both hurts the target and paralyzes them. Very effective spell. Which, oh shoot, this might be game over. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let's try that again. I mean, I have to hand it to Nago there. That was good strategy on his part. Very good strategy. He's so quick. Okay. Good, good. He used the wrong spell this time. Alright, let's try and get this guy out of my face as quickly as possible. Nago's getting too close. Ugh. It's a shame I didn't win with that amazing friendly fire by this guy with the crossbow. That was incredible. Player doing very well with his new sword and the strength potion. Now we're gonna deal with Nago, I think. Actually, that spell kind of loses its effectiveness at if I remember correctly in like late game. I wonder if Nago's too strong to be affected by it. But we'll see. Well, it seems to have worked. Let's get this guy incapacitated. We're just going to make sure Nago can't do anything more in this fight. We don't want a repeat of that last. Oh, yeah, it didn't work on him that time. Okay, well, I'm going to do something else then. I'm going to do invitation. We'll get him back over here. A little scorpion action. Get over here. Everyone's going to focus on him. Oh, shoot. Just be dead already. Come on, guys, just be dead. Being annoying, running away, but I'm not going to let him. You're not going anywhere, buddy. There we go. And yes. Oh, ouch. Hope that's not poisoned. Doesn't seem to be. Oh, you're gonna run away, huh? No, you're not. Hmm. Locklear's been kind of hurt a little bit. I use all of Owen's strength here to try to end this fight and keep anyone from escaping. There we go. Just Nago left now. We'll let Owen take a breather. There we go. Victory. He's got some strength and defense for Locklear. Got nothing at all for Owen. Got defense and accuracy for Gorath. That's good. Let's see what Naga's got. Note. Got a bunch of money. And this thing. This is something you can use on your weapon. Frost insisted the crystalline point of the magician's tool, faint tendrils of mist trailing its arc as Owen waved it back and forth. If not for the engraved words on its handle, he might not have guessed its purpose. For magical treatment of a blade, Altafane the Artificer. This kind of gives your swords a frost effect. Let's read the note. Master, we have placed the false notes concerning an attack to the south of Tanners in the chests you requested. Providing they gain access to those messages, they should fall most blindingly into your elegant trap. I applaud your stratagems. Phaedra. Phaedra? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce elf names. Did I get everything? Yeah, just his crummy armor is left. Even poor Nago's got crummy armor. If they had invested in better armor for Nago, he'd still be alive. Alas. Poison. Again with poison rations. I'd really like to know what the story, like, what's the intention there? Is it just random stuff by the devs? Just be like, let's see if any players fall for this, or was there actually like some story that we don't know to this? Okay, bookmark. Locklear paused before the large wooden barn. The memories of combat still fresh in his mind, he pushed gently on the door and slipped into the quiet darkness. Finally convinced it was indeed empty, he came out shaking his head, then motioned for them to leave. Locklear. Though the circumstances might suggest otherwise, this didn't feel like a chance encounter. Gorath. This is Rosebarn. Do you think he had something to do with this attack? Locklear. I think that bastard farmer set us up. He'd best have been paid well for his betrayal. Betrayal? Betrayal? We're not even in Krondor yet. I'll take my recompense from his hide if I ever cross paths with him again. We are betrayed. Our first betrayal. I guess I should fix up the weapon armor. Sorry if this is a little tedious. This is just kind of how you have to play the game. Gotta fix your stuff. Focus on improving your skills. Make money for, so you can get better equipment. You get better equipment. You can get, tutors to increase your skills. You get new spells. Very like, I mean, you need money. You need money just to have food for the road. I should use the imperfect shaped sword. Okay, how close are we to Krondor now? I know there's a big fight just outside the city. Maybe we can handle it though. We could defeat Nago. And here we got a fight here. These guys are not easily surprised. Oh, there's three of them. Wish I had more potion. Wait, I didn't even heal up after that fight. Oh, God. Why do I keep doing that? That's a big mistake. I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna die. Maybe I can run away. No. After the big win against the mini boss, I'm gonna die in this random fight. They ran. Okay, I got away. They ran. Owen cursed the tendency his feet had to find bumps and sinkholes, but he stumbled on, terrified at the notion he would never find safety, never have another moment in his life when someone didn't wish to carve him up alive. It was a numbing thought, but he moved on until he reached his companions and safety. We can fight these guys. They're still there. We can fight them again, but I need to rest really badly. In fact, I think I'll use some herbs. This is how herbs work. They're not a healing potion. They're not an instant thing, but you use herbs. Fearing that an infection might be loose in his system, Locklear attended to his various nicks and cuts with the contents of the herbal pack. While it wouldn't make his wounds go away, it would at least speed his healing. Yeah, that's exactly it. Describe the whole thing right there. So you got a condition of healing, so the herbs wear off, but mm, while they're active, they greatly improve things. I think I'll have everyone use them. They're pretty inexpensive and common to come across. So it's not bad to just use them. It's very necessary when you have bad conditions like near death. That's what happens in this game. If one of your guys falls and but not your whole group, and you still win the fight, but one of your guys falls, they get into a near death condition, which is not good. It really hampers your ability to do anything really. Like all your skills, all your skills drop. I mean, not like permanently or anything, but it's just kind of like um, an effective measurement of your skills. So, like if you look at here, like right now, all clear skills in melee are 59%, defense 49%. If he was near death, they'd be like I don't recall if it goes all the way down to 1%, but it'd be very low. They would come back if you get them out of near death state. That's the thing. Near death, very much a pain to recover from. Herbs are good for that. I mean, if you just tried to come out of near death state without, like, just camping without any healing potions, without any herbs or anything, it takes a long time. You need a lot of rations for that. Let's see how this fight goes this time. Oh wow, they're just like right there. Oh, that's not good. Huh. I didn't know. Well, I forgot that that's how it worked. They just have them just be right where they were. That's not great. Come on, people, hit. I don't. No, 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 no. You guys don't get to escape. No, 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 no. You wanted this fight. Come and finish it now. Come finish your fight now. Okay. That's more like it. Nothing. No skill increases for Gorath. Defense for Owen. That's good. Melee for Locklear. A shell. Ooh. Nice shell. I'm always mindful of the stacks. The stacks of stuff. Quarrels can be in stacks of 25. Just try and avoid unnecessary taking up unnecessary space. And rations come in stacks of 14. I guess I'm kind of doing that now with the healing restoratives, but kind of important though to everyone. Yeah, kind of important to have everyone have access to restoratives. Like at any time during a combat, after a combat. Let's see what's this way. Nothing. Nothing back here. And I'd love to run into our riddle box this stream. Ooh, ooh. Another fight. Probably should rest. Right. In good shape for this. Alright, got him by surprise. Only 2 of them. Let's use the crossbow. Way off. I'll have Gorath do the same. Gorath's better with the crossbow. There we go. Owen tied him up with magic. That was a miss. Big miss. Oh, he's got a crossbow. Alright. Put it into that stuff. Mostly, I'm kind of wary of crossbows. Enemies wearing or wielding crossbows because sometimes they have poisoned quarrels, and dealing with poison is kind of a pain. So better to get out ahead of that and just stop them before they can do anything. Shovel, you can go dig up some graves now. You can still collect stuff. This is just kind of vendor trash, but you can always use more money. How close? How close am I to Krondor? I think I'm pretty close. Yeah, I'm very close. Very close to Krondor at this point. Okay, there's more enemies. I'm going to. Oh, wow. Okay, in perfectly fine shape. Let me give a near Krondor. Too far away. There we go. Let's see if I can handle this fight. I think this is the last fight before Krondor. Looks like there's at least 4 enemies, so it could be tough. If we get surprise, maybe we can handle this. Yeah, we did get surprise. There's 5 enemies. That's not good. What do we have here? I need that. Maybe? If they were more clustered together, that would be better. But you know what? I'll do it anyway. Here's the flame cast spell. If you've never seen it before, it's kind of like fireball, except kind of not as impressive as a D&D fireball. Hopefully we hit. 69. That might be too close to Gorath. Let's try this guy. Ah, missed. Dang it. We'll try cross. Missed. Ooh. Ugh. That guy's better, apparently. I wish I had those potions. Should probably. We're gonna win. Should probably try to focus our efforts as much as possible. So let's take this crossbowman out of the fight, or at least for a moment. Just totally focus fire. Take down one guy at a time. Owen will keep blinding them constantly. Which guy should I try and take out? This guy, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll focus on this guy then. This guy's trying to shoot me. Shoot my wizard. This guy. There we go. It's going well so far. The strategy's working so far. Why did he have to go here? Oh, what a pain. Yeah, we were focusing on this guy. All right. Now we outnumber them. So this guy next. I think we've got this. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. Get over here. All right. First try. Strength went up for Gorath. Nothing for Owen. Stealth went up for Luck there. That's good. Ooh, new crossbow. Medium crossbow. Let's see here. Rations. So Owen will have to take the excess. Take the money. I think we probably have enough. Well, I guess we can top Gorath's quarreled up, but that's probably enough. Enough to carry around. I'm not sure. There's three of these pirate guys. So I'm not sure if I'm getting the third guy's stuff. Let's see. So yeah, let's see. This is if you've never played the game before, you kind of have to like adjust your angle of approach with looting. Because sometimes the bodies end up really close together like this. And you're getting the. You think you're getting the last guy, but you're not. Well, maybe this isn't really worthwhile. Let me give this one more shot. Maybe this is the guy. Nope, that was right. Or maybe I wasn't getting the Moradel. That's the Moradel. There we go. Okay, worthwhile. He's got restoratives and rations. Okay. Krondor, made it to Krondor. The path turned. After a few minutes of traveling, the roadbed began to slope toward the sea, leading eventually through a pair of iron gates and into the majestic seat of the principality. Krondor, Locklear said with a sigh. It seemed to indicate both relief and concern. If assassins have been Sent against us. It seems a safe bet they'll be lying in wait for us between here and the palace. What's your guess, Goroth? Do we go in now or not? No sense waiting. Krondor. I hear this is a treacherous place. Krondor. Gulls wheeled in the skies over the capital of the Western Realm, weaving daring circles about the parapets of the palace, narrowly avoiding the prince's standards which fluttered in the salty breeze. Below, the city folk of Krondor took little notice of the majestic display as they heard about their own affairs. Let's see what we got here. Maybe we should just go straight to the palace, right? Straight to the palace. Locklear made a face as he shook the bars. For all the troubles he had been through to get them all alive to Krondor, the locked palace gate simply added insult to injury. Calling out to the gatemaster angrily, he pounded the hilt of his sword against the portcullis. Stirred by the racket, a young man liveried in the colors of the Krondorian Lancers strode out of his watch house and squinted at them, snapping up his bardiche, which leaned against the interior wall. "Would you get this gate open, please?" Locklear said. "We have business with the prince." Can't help you, senor," guard replied. "The gate mechanism's broken, has been since 3 nights ago. Unless you and your companions have a mind of climbing the walls, there won't be any getting through here." Excuse me. "There won't be any getting through here until we can find the plans for the portcullis. The castle engineer is absolutely livid." Locklear accepted the news with irritation, but knew of nothing else that could be done. "Could you go and get Prince Arutha for me, then? It's a rather urgent matter." Again, the guard shook his head. "He's meeting with Pug of Starduck and some Surani fellow named Makala. Gave explicit instructions he wasn't to be disturbed unless the castle was burning down around their ears." "Could you at least find Senior James?" The guard cut him off with a shake of his shaggy head. "Been missing for 2 days. No one knows quite where he's off to, but you know how James can be." Locklear nodded. "All too well. My bump of trouble tells me he's looking for whoever sabotaged the gate." "Sabotage?" The guard looked puzzled, as if the thought hadn't occurred to him. "Why would anyone do that?" "I'm not sure, but if the thought occurs to me, I can guarantee that it has occurred to Senior James." Resheathing his sword, Locklear bid the guard farewell and motioned for his companions to follow him. "I have a feeling that the only way to solve both our problems is by going through the sewers that lead beneath the city," Locklear whispered, hurrying them to the northern gate. "There's a secret passage that will lead us into the palace, and I also suspect that we may bump into Senior James down there as well." I gotta admit, this part always kind of bothered me. Like, I know they wanted to force us into the sewers, but maybe there was a better way of doing this, because the idea that the entire castle is completely inaccessible for days, that seems off. That seems a bit off to me. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see what we can do in Krondor. Shop. Owen snorted. "The market district in Krondor," he said, containing his amusement. "Why don't we just take all our possessions and give them away instead? The mockers are thick as porridge in there, and the local merchants hike up the prices accordingly. We'd be better off buying outside of the city." Gems. I don't think we're going to have... Well, actually, we can sell some stuff here. Yes, let's sell this Moradel badge. Actually, let's look at the description real quick. Moradel brooch. By the look of it, the malachite and silver brooch had been meant to be a cloak fastener or a setting for a part of a larger piece of jewelry. Crude by kingdom standards, the Moradel brooch could still demand a reasonable price in the right shops, such as 47 sovereigns and 5 royals. Not a bad sum. And the shell. Actually, let's read it again. Shades of blue and alabaster chased one another round the surface of the spiral shell, winding tighter and tighter until the colors became an indistinguishable blur toward the center. While such shells were not entirely unique, they were sometimes collected and sold by poor peasants. Okay. Wait, let's take a look here. So there's some gems. This is kind of a sort of pseudo magic item here. The Amulet of the Upright Man. It increases a skill, one of his skills. Stealth. It increases stealth. I'll just say it. We saw this before. It was kind of a torch substitute. Keys. Bring in the Golden Way. I forget what that does. This is something for your weapons. That's it. We're not going to get anything. Look at this other shop. Here we got a weapon shop. But I did not fix up all those weapons. So maybe it would be worthwhile for me to do that real quick. Just to maximize my money. Maybe I can afford to buy something. Like I've been ignoring my I don't think I did repairs after that last fight. Maybe the last couple of fights even. Shame on me. Okay. The only thing I have for fixing the crossbows is a full-on string. That would be a waste. So I won't bother with that. Just sell them as is. All right. Fix up my armor. Would be nice to have found some better armor by now. Okay. Sell all this excess stuff. Doing it. These are better than these things. The broadswords. Broadswords like base beginning weaponry. So you get damage for that, but the lampreys here, Morido lampreys, are tier 2. You get a bit more money. This crossbow's in better condition, so we'll swap that out. This really frees up a lot of space. You kind of want to, do this. Kind of want to collect some enemy equipment to sell and make money off of. Okay. Gotta keep this as a backup. Wait, did I? Oh, this is already in better condition. The one that was like brand new. I still cannot afford much. I can barely afford this elven armor, but I don't think it's quite worth it. Yeah. All right, so just quickly visit the inn. Just do the barding. Tougher crowd here in Krondor. You know what? That's fine. I want to try and finish up chapter 1, so we're gonna just go straight to the sewer now. Some hidden gold. Locklear pulled the door open. Immediately, he was overwhelmed by the stench of the sewers and looked back to Owen for his advice. "It smells awful down here," he said. "Are you sure you're ready to go in?" "Yes, we're ready. Let's go." That's a barding skill. Up. Gorath has learned some stuff. Okay, that's good. Owen's barding is up. Everyone's barding is up. That's nice. Alright, we're gonna save. Sewers. Okay. We have these torches. This is why we have the torches. So we can see. A figure moved in the tunnel, seemingly having appeared from nowhere. A young boy halted them before they could move any further ahead. Lim, who be you, and what would you in the Thieves' Highway? Locklear, I be Senior Locklear, and I do whatever I will at the Prince's sewers. If you're half as intelligent as you seem, then I would advise you step out of our way. Lim, fast with the blade I am. Step any further, and I'll do you I will. Locklear, the only thing you will do, my young friend, is die an unfortunate death on the point of my sword. I used to spar with Jimmy the Hand, and I'm a faster blade than he. Do you still wish to cross me? Lim, Jimmy the Hand? He's a legend, sire. Next you'll be telling me you've lain with the Empress Lakeisha of Kesh. I'd be... that's a pretty good reference there, because... Spoilers for Prince of the Blood, the novel Prince of the Blood. He does that. Anyways, I'd advise you to be nice-like, however, because I got 5 blokes waiting a little on down to make sure nothing happens to me, see? I don't suppose you've come on behalf of Senior James, have you? Senior James? Then you don't... Well, perhaps we have. Lim. All right then, down to tax. If he didn't send you, you'll be answering to the upright man and not me, so I wash my hands of it. Just watch your steps down here, as there's a bit of trouble going on down here. Good day. Locklear. Wait, we don't know our way around down there. Lim. I look like a bloody page to you. I've got affairs of me own, what's I got to do? Locklear. Just answer a few questions? Lim. Right then, so long as you don't ask me anything what might get me in the hots with the Nightmaster. What do you want to know? Picklocks. Locklear. You wouldn't happen to have an extra set of picklocks laying about, would you? Lim. Could be I would. That would depend on what you have to offer me, now wouldn't it? Locklear. How about a royal pardon the next time you end up in the hands of the city guard? Lim. Oh, that'd be very nice. How about the Prince's Palace while you're about it? I'd have to be cockle-headed and 3 pence short to buy in on a fib like you just told. No quicker than you're out the highway, and you'd have forgotten it in a mucker minute. You'll have to do better. Locklear. How about gold? Lim. That's the language. 25 gold sovereigns. Take it or leave it? I have some lockpicks. I don't think I'm gonna need it. Locklear. Given my options, I choose to leave it. I could buy a set of picklocks and a week's ration for that price. You'll never be a success as a merchant with prices like that. Lim. Not my ambition. I much prefer it down here if it's all the same to you. I guess that's all there's to say. Lim. I'll be off now as I've got business with the upright man. You'll have to come and tell me some more of your fables about Jimmy the Hand. Locklear. Perhaps we will. Thanks for your help. Alright. Torches run out, so don't want to waste too much time. I'm not even really sure. I'm not sure about the way, though. I really don't know the way. We'll try to be as methodical about searching the sewers as we can be. Also, just look at this level of map. The like world map won't do you much good. A local map in between, and then it can be useful in these underground segments. And that's a dead end. Some dripping water sounds. Gotta be careful for a couple things in underground segments in this game. One is um, enemies, and the other is pits. And also, you should be careful with the chests too, because they can be trapped. But we'll try this. Yep. Oh yeah, that's no good. See now Owen's in a near death state. Oh wow. Okay, it's not just 1%; it's 0% for a lot of these skills. I guess these are the combat skills. For my non-combat skills, I can do a bit better, but they're still reduced too. I'm gonna reload that. What? Shut off my torch? Wait a second. Didn't I bookmark at that chest? What? Oh, right. That was foolish of me. I loaded the sewers save instead of my bookmark. Okay. Let me see if I have this spell. Okay, here's a spell. Here's spells you can cast out of combat. This one is basically a magic light. So if you don't have a torch, you can do this. And then there's this, Scent of Sarig. Caster can sense trapped chests. This is very important. This is a very important spell. Because you can't check for trapped chests. You can't check chests for traps. Or that you don't, right? This is how you do it. You have to cast the spell. Now that we know or that they will know it's trapped. Owen grabbed Locklear's shoulder. Startled by the sudden movement, Locklear halted and gazed up at his companion. What's wrong? The chest, Owen replied. Give me a moment. Concentrating his thoughts, another scene overlaid the one already before him, different only in the fact that it included a man kneeling before the box, a skin of naphtha in his hand. It's trapped, Owen replied, dazed by the effects of the spell. Someone's rigged it to explode the moment the lid is lifted. Shall we try to deactivate it? See, now, this is where that spell is how you know that a chest is trapped. Then your characters can attempt to disarm it. They are not guaranteed success. We will try. Oh, thankfully that worked. So we disarm the trap and we get the treasure. All right, and then we move on. We'll just keep going straight until we have to backtrack. And here we've got a fight. Enemy was not surprised. I don't recall having given you permission to be here. A large, bull-necked man stalked towards them, his fists curled before him. Turn round. We don't want any trouble. We're simply passing through, Locklear replied. Immediately, the man turned and snapped his fingers, and moments later, the battle was joined. Did I rest up after that fight outside Krondor? Probably not. I'm definitely not. Oh, these guys are hurting me. Owen is one hit away from being dead. Or near death, I should say. I'm gonna lose this fight. These are not with me. Yeah, should have ran, maybe. That's how close he was to death. Jeez. Gorath's in bad shape. Very bad shape. Whoa, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna reload. Coming back from near death is just the pain. So we will back off a little bit. And nice. Yeah, I can snuff the torch. We'll just why did the torches on the walls not like, oh, I can't even see the map? Alright. So I'll have to use this. Oh shoot. Snuffing the torch was not of use. And we just, yeah, oh crap. I only have 3 torches left. Yeah, it should be fine. I can always cast a spell, cast the light spell. Just keep these guys locked down until the odds are more evened up. I thought that would be for another round. There we go. Come on, hit him, Owen. Alright, we got things under control this time. Alright. Good. Arthur's a better fighter now. There we go. Better armor. And some torches. Excellent. Here's this thing. As if some magic within the Azure Stone was awakened by Gorath's touch, a dark fluid began to spill through a crack in the artifact's mottled surface and down the length of his arm. Where droplets contacted cloth, they shied, but touched to smooth metal, it infused itself and disappeared. I'd use that if we come on it. Another tough fight. Let's fix our stuff up. I'm gonna let Gorath have this. It's more for elves. Anyone can use it though. It's just not going to be quite as effective. I don't know that anyone got hit actually. I think I might have gotten through that fight without actually being touched. Which ones? Okay. Tempted to turn on some music, but I just know, this run into a fight or a trap, then you get music. So okay. Look at this. Let's see here. Dead end. So now we'll try this side passage. And that chest. Oops. My trap detecting spell back. Okay. Just a lock on this one. In which case, we'll try and have a Locklear focus on. Oh no. Oh, this is not good. Huh. That was not great. Uh, wonder if any of these keys. I really question if I'm gonna reload again. I don't know if Ford breaking all those lockpicks. I question if they developers everything they wanted to do with keys and locks. A lot of these keys you find in this game just seem to be entirely useless. Or maybe it was just not finding the right box. I'm usually more inclined to just pick the lock anyway to try to train someone's skill at it. Oh, there's a fight. A group shambled towards them. Worshippers of Gwizwa, a red-jawed hunter. The group moved in a disorderly clump, the hollows underneath their vacant eyes adorned with blood-colored whorls of pigment. Displaying a three-fingered hand, a ritual mutilation of the priestly caste, a large figure rasped. Today, Gwizwa ordains that you shall be... Well, those were timed. So far, so good. Let me just hit this guy to try and make sure we really have this one in the bag. I'd say we do. Easy one. Spoiled rations. Not much of interest on these guys. Here we've got a ladder. The ladder disappeared into a small dark hole in the ceiling. Climbing several rungs, Goroth turned to the others and called down. There's a locked grate up here. Shall we try to open it? Let me see if I can manage that. I don't know that you can actually go up into any of these other than... Oops. Broke the key. Broke the key. Broke the blocks. Oh my goodness. I don't know that you can actually open any of these. I forget how many there are. I don't know that you can open any of them other than the one into the palace, and, which is you need the key for. You cannot pick that lock. See here. No. I'm not even gonna bother trying. Oh, here's a pit. You can get over these with rope. I don't have any rope. Actually, you can still move when you're in this map view. Just move up this room here. Yeah, add a torch. There. Now. Yeah, got another fight. Not surprised. These guys again. Guys wanting permission. Or wanting to grant permission. Just focus fire. Ooh, Owen even got a hit in. Locklear's in bad shape. Might want to camp after this fight. This is what I was talking about, though, that you can just have your guys heal up and fight. A little risky, because the enemy can do way more damage in one round than you can get back. But in this case, it worked out pretty well. I just saved. Oh no. Yes, I'm save scumming. Totally save scumming. Dang. That's not going well. Give this one more shot. Like this one's a bit tougher. Tougher to manage. We'll leave it. What's this? Flame root oil. Introduced to the kingdom by Alphafane after several soldiers had been injured by frost-bladed weapons. Viscous oil could be bought as a protective coating for armor. Any frost-bladed weapon that came into contact with the brown fluid would instantly return to normal temperature. Like a counteracting the effects of this thing right here. No, I don't want to give it to the elixir. Here we've got True Sight Tea. This is for, yes, for archery skill. These good rations? Yep. I do both of these guys. Where's the third guy? Okay, I guess I looted them all. Something over there. What is that? Transport through these sewers is strictly prohibited. Official kingdom business only. Swordmaster Corby. This might be the entryway to the palace. I'm not sure. Which I might be able to tell from no. That's a different lock. Oh, okay. Oh wow. You know what? I forgot that you could just examine these locks. So apparently this lock is busted, so you can't even pick it or unlock it or anything. Well, that's definitely not the palace entry then. Right this way. The sewers are pretty big. Sewers of Krondor. Pretty sizable. And here we have another pit. I can't do anything without rope. I'm fairly certain you can find some rope down here, but I have not found it yet. I'm not sure you have to. I'm not sure you need to get over the pits though in this stage of things to get into the palace, which is what we are trying to do. Ooh, another fight. Okay. Let me turn back because my guys are in bad condition, but I want to make this torch last as long as possible. Oh wait, are we at the entrance? Is that the way to the palace? I thought the way to the palace was oh. Okay. They descended the stairwell. Halfway down its spiral, they discovered a heavy iron door which prevented them from moving any further downward. Looks like it's rusted shut, Clear said, examining the reddish dust which caked the lock. No going further for the time being. Disheartened, he led the way back up to the mouth of the stairwell. Huh. I think I recall correctly, you do go back to the sewers in this game later on. So that could be. And here we are. The torch has run out, so time to. Oh, must be another fight around the corner. There we go. Yeah, I think you go back to the sewers at some point. So that might be a part of that. Going to a lower floor. Looks like I'm gonna have to get to another fight. At least a couple more fights here. Just two. Shouldn't be an issue. Easy fight. Nice. Very nice. Save that. Ooh, got some new crossbow bolts here. Serrani. This is actually worse for your accuracy, but you get more damage. And not gonna bother with picking up loot for selling. Poison right here. Silverthorn. Gorath was careful as he held it up, knowing a single scratch from its silvery thorns could kill. Corpulent red berries dangled from the plant's rose-like stem, each bud heavy with deadly poison. If crushed over a blade or an arrow, the silverthorn would make any cut made with the weapon far more lethal. Alright. I think we're looking for James in the sewers here. Oh, I think we've rediscovered the entrance. We'll try this route. Oh, I know there's some paths we didn't take back there, but let's try this route. Always wary coming to a what's the word? Chamber, I guess. It's quite where I was looking for, but it works. Coming to a chamber like this, because it's frequently where you'd find enemies. Where you tend to find enemies. I don't know how you could be surprising anyone though, with the torch lit. Something in here looks like a body. Wasn't us this time. Here we got a chest. Let's cast our trap detecting magic. Save. Oh, there we go. Rope. Right now I can get over those pits. You got to be careful though. It's like each time you might have noticed the rope has a number there. It's the number of uses you get. So if you go over a pit, it uses one, and you're on the other side. And if you want to get back, you got to use another. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's Nighthawks. These are assassins. I think I'm getting closer to my objective, assuming I can survive this fight. Messed up poor on. Making use of the swing to get a little more damage in. Locklear's got such a good got such a good melee accuracy at this point. It's worthwhile, especially with the weapon he has. If you play this game, you should definitely examine weapons that you're using because they have different strengths and weaknesses. Like they'll have a racial mod, which means they'll be more effective in the hands of certain members of certain races. By races, I mean elves, humans. Are actually items with oops, I didn't mean to do that. With Dwarven racial mod, but you don't actually get a Dwarven uh, party member. So it's a bit of a tease there. Yeah, so there's that. Some weapons are more effective in the hands of certain people, like Gorath versus everyone else. Then there's also that some weapons, trade more accuracy for more damage. Some weapons are much more effective being thrusted instead of swung, or vice versa. I think the broadsword's a good example. It's more accurate thrusting, but you get a lot more damage out of swinging it. And there are more extreme examples. Rapiers are much better to thrust, whereas there's a sword called the Keshian Tapir, much better being swung. So these are just things to keep in mind when you're playing this game. Fix up my equipment here. Actually, this can be in air condition. So we'll let Locklear get a little practice in armor repair. Okay. Did I put the lock clear back? Yes. Okay. All right. Ready to proceed. Maybe I should do that side passage first. Did I miss another side passage? No. Oh, okay. I've already come from this direction. Okay, right. This is the way I want to go. Okay, we've got a chest here. Have I been here before? No. Rope. Excellent. Should I come this way first? There we go. Someone whistled. Turning round, Locklear felt a stone sink in his gullet, fearing that they had left themselves open to attack by yet another band of Nighthawks. To his great surprise, however, a familiar friend stepped from the shadows. James. By the 12 gods, Locklear, your hair! This is a little inside joke, too. Locklear is supposed to be blonde from the books, but as you can see, he's not. Not blonde here. Locklear, it's just like you, Jimmy. I haven't seen you in 7 months. Then I rescue you from a band of Nighthawks, and the first thing you want to talk about is my bloody change of hair color. What is going on around here? The front gate is smashed and there are Nighthawks loose in the sewers? James, not Nighthawks. Imposters. Someone has been trying to convince Prince Arutha that the Guild of Death has re-established operations here in Krondor and is using the sewers as their hideout, hoping that the Lancers will come down and clean out the place. In doing so, I think whoever is running this game hopes that the Lancers will root out the Mockers while they are at it. Locklear, what? Take out the Guild of Thieves? Doesn't seem likely from all the things you've told me from your days as a Mocker. James. More to the point, we know now a few of the Nighthawks escaped to Romney when we smashed them up after that affair with Princess Anita. They certainly won't dare tread Krondor's streets for a while yet. I'd been tracking around down here, trying to find out more when I ran into those fellows. Well, that was a very abrupt end of the music. So, why have you come back so soon to Krondor, Lockie? I thought you were going to be gone another 4 months or so. Locklear. I've got bad news from the Northlands. Looks like the Dark Brothers are stirring again. They raised Mermendimus's battle standards over Sarsargoth, and there's a Moradel army gathering to attack the kingdom. This Moradel used to be one of their clan chieftains, something of a hero during the Rift War against the Surani, too. I thought Prince Arutha would be interested in talking to him. James. I don't like this, Lockie. The Moradel stirring again in the north, and someone mimicking the Guild of Death. My bump of trouble says that things are going to get far worse before they get better. I assume since you're down here that you're trying to get into the palace the way I showed you a few years ago? Locklear. Yes. I was thinking I would have to pry off the grate somehow, but if you have the key, it would save me a great deal of trouble. James. Still on me. It's all yours. I can find my own way into the palace. I'm going to creep around a while longer down here and see if I can unravel this particular mystery. Locklear. Suit yourself. I, for one, am anxious to get out of this hole. Come and get me for breakfast tomorrow after I've spoken to Prince Arutha. Alright, so now we've got the key. We can see that. Yeah, here's the key. Royal Key of Krondor. Now we just need to find the entrance. I suppose this is it. I think it looks different from this padlock. So now we gotta find the entrance, which could be somewhere we haven't been yet, or it could be one of the ones we've already passed. Don't know. And here's a pit. Actually go ahead and swing over it. A pit yawned before them. Careful not to edge too close and fall in. Locklear shook his head. The only way we're getting across that is to swing across it, he said. Glancing up at a small hook in the ceiling, he nodded. Apparently we're not the only ones to have faced this dilemma. I think I could attach a rope there. Shall we try to swing across? Yes. Oh wait, this was a bad move. It's a dead end. Okay. That was a waste. Oh, my torches run out. Well, time to do some healing. Navigate by using the map. Let's see. This would be the closest large chamber that we would expect to find the ladder into the palace. Just have to check. There's no one here waiting for us. I don't think this is it, but let's see. Yeah. Well, I think you can just. I don't think the palace key can break. I hope not, at least. No, it can't. That is quest critical. Might be a fight here. This might be where there's a fight. Oh no, there's a pit. This might be a waste, but since I can see by the map that I've already been here, but let's try it. Hopefully this is what I want. It is not. Let's finish mapping the room. Okay. Here's another chamber. Is this gonna be it? There it is. There we go. Pleasant click, the key turned in the metal lock. Locklear turned to his companions and motioned for them to follow him up the ladder. The gate swung open. Revolted by the thick scent of excrement in the chamber, Locklear hastened to the ladder affixed on the far wall and ascended its slick rungs. Behind him, Gorath and Owen reluctantly did likewise, gaffing on the noxious vapors in the shaft. This is nothing, Locklear grunted, shoving upwards against the grating. All the windows in the palace are open right now. You ought to smell it in the winter. Darkness surrounded them as they slithered out of the privy, their only impressions of the chamber provided by the faint flicker of distant firelight. 10 yards before them, the hall joined with an elaborate colonnade stretching in either direction. Somehow, I hadn't pictured my first visit to Krondor like this, Owen sighed, falling blindly into step behind Gorath and the seigneur. What, you didn't like the romantic tour? Locklear chuckled. Not many people get to see that way into the palace. Drawing up short, Locklear's features brightened as he observed a pair of approaching figures lost in conversation. Self-conscious of his bedridden condition, he straightened his uniform and cleared his throat with a stentorian air. Greetings, Prince Arutha and Master Magician Pug. Arutha. As glad as I am at the sight of you safely home again, Locklear, I can't say that my nose is as well pleased. I thought we had broken you and Seigneur James of clambering around in the sewers. Locklear. You know the way of old habits, Highness. We encountered a bit of trouble with the gates, and so I chose a more expedient, though somewhat more disagreeable path. It came to a happy end, however. James told us to send word that he is well and would see you in the morning. Arutha. Incurable sewer-rats, the both of you. I shall have to order that each of you be accompanied by a score of washing maidens to keep you presentable enough for court. Welcome home, Lockie. Clear. Thank you. As happy as I am to be here, I'm afraid I come with bad news from the Northlands. Arutha. I expected as much. With the false Nighthawks prowling my streets above and below, it can only mean the Moradel are up to their old mischief. What do you know? Motioning to Gorath, Locklear introduced the former Moradel chieftain with a wave. Slowly, Gorath lowered his hood. The gasps and startled reactions of those crowding the hall helped mask the stealthy entrance of a second Moradel in the chamber, this one armed with a longbow. Pug. Assassin, get down! Chapter 2. Shadow of the Nighthawks. A whisper led him through madness. He stumbled forward with unfamiliar feet, 10 times too small to belong to a warrior. There were lights on the hills around him, fires, voices shouting through a downpour of sloshing hoofbeats. He reached for his sword, then remembered that he hadn't a sword that night. He had only been a boy of 12 midsummers. Only a boy, and yet he led the ragged remains of his father's tribe. Who leads the Moradel? The whispering voice insisted in his head. I must see more. Years. A river of men coursed together in a bleeding tide, and he was amidst them. Screams rang. A howling figure silhouetted himself against the moon and brandished a bloody sword aloft. The wolfish figure screamed words of wrath and damnation as he cleaved his way through his Moradel brothers. He was Delicon, former general of Mermandus, leader of the unified tribes of the Northlands. He was the enemy. Gorath! The memory detonated into a million fading thoughts, each fleeing after the faint echoes of a weak whisper. Before him now there was a new image, the face of a fair young girl whose pale blue eyes watched him with weary interest. There were others too, all seated like himself around a polished council table, all studying, all dissecting, and Gorath was the object of their scrutiny. I cannot find the truth, my prince, the tired girl whispered finally, quietly. His mind is chaotic. I find images, but I cannot hold them long enough to understand. Narrowing his dark eyes, Prince Arutha glared at Gorath. He hides his thoughts. Gorath is Moradel, Pug quickly interceded for his exhausted daughter. Even with Gamina's exceptional talent for sensing thoughts, his mind may have many innate psychic defenses. I may need to send for one of my advanced students. No need to disturb studies, Master Magician Pug. The Moradel speaks truly. Council members exchanged surprised glances, then turned their attention to the aged magician seated next to Pug. Lowering his eyes, the man made a dismissive gesture. Forgive me, I do not mean to presume, but I have looked into his mind as well, Makala continued. War in the kingdom would have many wide-ranging effects, not the least of which could lead to a disruption of trade between our two worlds. My Emperor of Suranoani would be most displeased if our rift-making secrets were seized by barbarians in warfare. Gorath glowered at the Surani magician. Trading agreements notwithstanding, the Moradel watch your borders. Nighthawks spy on your imperial cousins, and before the snows there shall be an army come to the kingdom. Heed my words, Prince of Krondor. You must prepare your troops. Anger flashed in the thunderheads of Arutha's eyes as he rose to his feet. Arutha, what I must or must not do will not be dictated by a dissident Moradel. If not for Locklear's good faith in you, I would have had your head staked on a pole and paraded up and down the low corridors of Krondor once I saw you. I have been tolerant while I listened to your vague speculations based on incidental, half-heard conversations, but how am I to believe what you say? What evidence have you laid before this council to prove what Delicon intends to do? Breath. What evidence? I bear the humiliation of betraying my vow as a Moradel, and the indignity of surrendering to a sworn enemy. Makala. Why betray Delicon to the kingdom of the Isles? Of what benefit to you is it to snare him? Gorath. He is leader in name only. However better a draft Delicon may be for your kith and kin to drink, magician, his rule is black poison in the gullets of me and mine. Already he enslaves my cousins and rapes the land. Bloody his nose, Prince of Krondor. Blunt his swords, and the unified tribes will cast him down in wrath. Let him cross your northern border, however, and 10 other clans will join their strength to his, and the legacy of Mermandimus will be but a spark next to his glory. Arutha, where would you have me send my troops? If indeed he intends a strike against one of our northernmost possessions, which castle shall I garrison for the attack? High Castle? Iron Pass? North Warden? If I am to fight a war, by my teeth tell me where would you have me fight it? Gorath, would that I could tell you. Delicon holds in good confidence only a handful of cowering dogs, and among them only a few are privy to his war plans. His private councils are restricted to choice individuals, his advisors Nerub and Nago, his mistress Leolan, his son Moraev, and Nighthawks. Arutha, he keeps foul company, that leader of yours. Gorath, Your Highness, if you give me leave, I believe I can find the evidence of Delicon's intent. I will need someone to accompany me to Romney and supplies for my journey, and a small parcel of gold.
Arutha. Romney? What do you think you can find in a provincial river town in the heart of the kingdom? Gorath. I aim to catch a bird in flight. Of late, Delicon has emptied a good deal of his treasury to revive the service of the Nighthawks. In exchange, he has demanded tactical information about kingdom holdings. Pug. He's turned the Guild of Assassins into a guild of spies? Gorath. Only for a time. Although the payments have been left in various hidden locales, the messengers were always sent to a rendezvous in Romney. If I go there, I may be able to intercept information concerning a forthcoming attack. Would such evidence suffice? Arutha. Perhaps. Damn me, but I don't trust you, Gorath. How do I know that this isn't a plot of yours? We can weigh the evidence to our heart's content, and your cousins could be slitting the throats of my serfs as we sit huddling. Go to Romney, but you will provide for yourself. If this is part of some secret Mordel scheme, I'll not look the fool before the world. Pug, unroll the map for me. Scroll smelled of dust. Scrawled in chicken scratches and spider tracks, tiny lines staggered across the moth-eaten paper, indicating the paths that were the major roads within the kingdom. Pointer in hand, Arutha bent over the map and pointed to a large black dot. We are here in Krondor. At dawn tomorrow, you will leave through the main gate and rendezvous with your escort, Senor James. I know you might have preferred Locklear's company, but he has business elsewhere. You will head to Romney. Providing one of Delicon's assassins doesn't slit your throat first, you should reach the Ursine Ford within the month. In Romney, you will join a special detachment of King Liam's soldiers staying at the Black Sheep Tavern. They may be of service to you. Nodding, Gorath took in Arutha's advice, listening studiously as the prince reviewed the details. If you find the evidence, I will act only when James has conveyed the information to me. Is that clear? Only when I receive James's word. Until then, I wait. Understood, Gorath replied. Good, Arutha replied, slapping the surface of the table with his palm. Looking around the council chamber, he noted the wearied expressions of all who sat around the map. Why don't you let Gamina and Makala show you around Krondor? I have a few things I need to consider alone. Reading the offer as a polite dismissal, worn council members began to file out the door, most glad to be on their feet again following the grueling session. As Pug passed by, however, Arutha snagged his sleeve and drew him back to the table. If you don't mind, I would have your counsel, Cousin Pug. Certainly, Pug replied, resuming his seat. I am all attention. Arutha, as I see it, Delicon could have only two potential targets for attack into the kingdom. High Castle and North Warden. His fortress at Sarsargoth is 300 miles to the north, and I doubt he has the resources to defend a line that long. Arutha, so an attack at North Warden seems unlikely. Leaving High Castle. Arutha, which is a viable alternative, but neither target seems to have an obvious goal. I know you are no field strategist and you hate to become involved in state matters, but I should like you to delay your return to your home at Stardock for a while. I feel ill at ease. Bug, you are not alone in that. I too have sensed something unusual in the air, but I won't ascribe it to anything as dire as magic. More likely we suffer from bad soup. Arutha. Feelings aside, I will call up the militia reserves from Malix Cross, Arkmore, and Lighton and join them to a detachment of the Krondorian Lancers just outside of Wood. James will send word to me there. Pug. What of the garrison? Arutha. It will remain in place. I have considered the option of a full push south, and it seems unlikely, but I will give Delicon nothing. Our agreement remains. Arutha. Now we wait. Gods help Gorath if he betrays us to the Moradel. And here we are. Chapter 2. Let's talk to, what is her name? I should know this. Starts with a K. The majesty of the palace was impressive, drawing appreciative glances of astonishment from all as they wound through the room after room of banquet halls, reception areas, and at last a colorfully decorated gymnasium before entering the throne chambers of the Prince of Krondor. Katala. That's it, Katala. A pleasure to see you again, James. I just wanted to do this because there's another little inside joke about the lore here. James, mine is the greater pleasure, my lady. Is Pug about? Katala, you've just missed him. He and Makala went off to to discuss magic someplace, and if I know my husband, that means I won't see him for a few days. Even on holiday, he can't seem to take his mind away from the art for long. James. In many ways, he and the prince are much alike. Where is Arutha, anyway? Katala. Out with his twins and the Princess Anita. It seems your famed luck is running thin today. James. Quite the contrary, for I still have your company. If I may have a moment. Katala. As much time as you need. What may I do for you? This is it. James asked about Gamina. James. So when do I get to meet this stunning daughter of yours? I've heard quite a bit about Gamina, but I've been too busy to make the time to meet her. Katala. I imagine you will see her as soon as I do. She's more than likely trailing Pug and Makala about the palace. Any opportunity to hear her father discuss magic, and she's immediately at his side. Then, too, it may be she's hiding away from Arutha's twins. She's not quite interested in boys yet. Okay. I'll explain the joke here. So, James will not actually meet Gamina for years. He will meet her at the beginning of the novel Prince of the Blood, where she will read his mind and they will instantly fall in love. I guess that's how it works with telepaths. Convenient to skip all that dating stuff. James, I know that quite few of the artificers in Starduck have begun exporting their goods from the Academy. Are there any good places to buy magical items near here? Katala. The most notable one that's close is a little place called Starduck Annex at the Abbey of Ishep at Sarth. Officially, they have no ties with the Academy. There's not much we can do to keep them from using the name. There's also a fellow by the name of Dabe who buys from us, but he lives a long distance from here, out north of Romney, if I recall. Alright, say goodbye. I'm going to go over here. The room is cramped. Locky, James muttered, looking through the seigneur's personal effects piled in disorganized heaps. You may be a fine swordsman, but your personal organization leaves quite a bit to be desired. So I came over here because this is where Locklear's stuff is here, so now we get to take it for James, because James has little. Not nothing, but little. Well, I might have to leave some stuff behind. See, what I most want is the restoratives, the lockpicks, which fortunately I can stack. Whetstone, probably. These potions. I guess we can come back. No, I'm all stuffed. My inventory's stuffed. I think we can come back, but this stuff's... Oh. Oh. Hello. Oh. EC. Rating little old me. Thank you. Let me give you a shout out here. So, how far did you get in treasures, DC? I was kind of looking to end the stream, but I guess we could continue a little while longer. All right, gotta go through the sewers. Yeah, it's good. I just got to chapter 2. I wasn't really planning on doing a long play, but I just thought I'd play a little bit for the 30th anniversary. You know what? Just got into Luskin. If learn one does not simply walk into Luskin. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me go to the sewer. Oh, thank you for the follow, Tony X68K. Greetings to you as well, Glavius. Let me just go into the sewer and save the game. And maybe you guys would
like to see what I showed people a little bit earlier, I wish they had done a sequel to Sam Gooey. Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I'm sorry to say I have returned to Krondor. I haven't played it much though because I kind of just like I started playing and I was like, this is nothing like Betrayal. Well, not nothing, but very little like Betrayal at Krondor. But maybe you guys would like to see some of the stuff I showed people earlier, which is all of my Krondor stuff, my physical Krondor stuff. Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah. Let me just get my phone here to use its camera. One moment. Going to be lurkies while playing with Pod? Yeah, absolutely. Gotta give the Pod some love and tender love and care, right? So this is what I showed people first. Here's my Rift War books, not my original books. Those books got too worn out. Return was okay. Yeah, I've heard it was good, but not great. And I've heard Antares was like okay. Yeah, I have more books. I don't have all. I've read almost all of Feist's books. I don't have them all anymore because it's just like I had to move. I've undergone a few moves over the years, so I had to get rid of some of them. I got these books off Amazon. These are like library editions, so they're like paperback size but with hardback covers, which I like. So there's that. Yes, I'm so sad that my dad gave his book. Oh, really? His whole collection? Oh man, that's unfortunate. Then we have this book, which is the novelization of the game, hardcover, and you can see right here, free CD-ROM game and demo inside. Really enjoyed Honored Enemy. Yeah, Honored Enemy. That was a good one. That was one I've read. Here is the disc itself, which I transferred to a jewel case, which has more than just. It has Betrayal at Krondor. It also has a Return to Krondor demo and some other like lore stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is where it was initially. Just a moment. I gotta get this book open. It's here in this little plastic sleeve here. We got a map, which is nice. The events of the game are kind of like to here, from here. No, sorry, I'm looking through the camera from about here to here, here up into the Northlands. Remember having the hardcover book? Always smirked that Feist looked like my biology teacher. Yeah, nice beard. He's still kicking. He's still making books or writing books. I have to catch up though. I haven't. He ended Midcamia. He finished up Midcamia, and now he's got a new series which I haven't quite gotten around to reading yet. But and then we have I had the floppy edition of Betrayal Krondor, which I guess makes me kind of a rarity. But I still have I don't have the floppies, or if they're still around, they're like buried in a box in my mother's house. the box the box for Betrayal itself is long gone, I'm sure, unfortunately. But I still have the manual, and I still have this, which is a map and a reference of the commands. And then on the back is like
all of the instructions for installing. I bet kids these days just don't have any appreciation for how much work you might have to put in for just to play a game. I'm here currently going through Asimov again. Cool, cool. Yeah, this is a good manual though. It's got good like heavy duty paper. Not really any color. I mean it's using green in place of black, but other than that, there's no color. But it's still a very good manual here. Got some nice pictures of the characters, some lore, good stuff. And then, like I said, I do actually have Return to Krondor, which I really would like to make put that on my short list of games to stream. But I've been trying to work with this. It's kind of a pain. It's been very difficult to try to get like playing and streaming for me at least. I'm new to this though. I hope to get it. Here's like an ad for what is this? Lords of Magic. And then I have my manual. Also, like this is a pretty decent manual. Not as good as the original. Let me get a little room here. It's a solid manual. I think the manuals kind of like seem to match the games themselves. And this is a good manual for a good game, whereas this is a great manual for a great game. Yeah. Yep. So that's my Krondor stuff, my Krondor collection. No boxes, unfortunately, but I'm happy to still have this stuff though. Oh, Lords of Magic. Yeah, I haven't played that. That's no, I'm thinking of Master of Magic, aren't I? What is Lords of Magic? Oh, this is a role-playing game, isn't it? Or a strategy game? Yeah, I haven't played this. 2 discs. Hmm. Does anyone want a closer look at any of this stuff before I put it away? Look at this. I know the CD release doesn't look like this, so this is I don't know. You tell me which is more special, the boxed game or the copy that came with the book. There's probably more book copies in existence, I guess. I don't know though. All right, I guess we'll go back to the game for a little bit. Let's maybe talk to that. Talk to that. Oh, do I even? Ooh, I don't know if I have any torches. Oh, okay, good. That's good. 'Cause I kept all my torches and rope on Owen, and now that he's temporarily out of the group, oh, I need to light that.
Where are we? We still have the map. That's good. Probably shouldn't do this. There might be fresh enemies. I think this is the right way. Just wanted to maybe like reunite with Owen and get out of the sewers. There we go. A shadow approached. From a murky corner of the room, the figure advanced towards them. Gorath's pulse quickened for a moment, but he relaxed slightly as he saw they were not about to be attacked. Owen, it took you too long enough. I was beginning to think the mockers had you bagged up again, Senior James. Is everything all right? James, Squire, suppose I ignore the fact that this trip is a state secret to which you are not supposed to be privy, and that we are hurrying out of the sewers instead of leaving by the main gate at the proper time? How did you find out we were coming? Owen, well, after Senior Locklear dumped me off after we got here and told me I could go home, I got bored and decided to check out Krondor. Unfortunately, there's nothing much interesting going on here, so I decided I would come back to the palace. I tried to pay Gorath an unexpected visit last night. What? Why would you do that? But discovered that the guards had been doubled with orders that no one could see him. I might have fallen for it if I hadn't heard someone snoring in his cell. James, Gorath doesn't snore, I take it. Owen, not a sound. When I realized that something was in the air, I went to find Locklear and discovered that he was mysteriously absent, despite a tray of food delivered to his door just moments after I slipped away. Finally, I came down here and talked to Lim, who told me you had been down here earlier this morning. At that point, I realized Arutha meant to slip Gorath out of Krondor for some reason. James, are you sure you're not a thief by profession? You think unnervingly like the mocker I used to know. Owen, so are we ready? We should probably get moving. Where are we going anyway? Gorath, you cannot accompany us, Owen. Our mission is much too important. James, quiet, Moradel. I'll handle this. Owen, but I could jeopardize your mission. Who knows who might take me captive between here and Tyburn? If I go back to Krondor now, I might accidentally talk to someone. Besides, I'm from the eastern part of the kingdom. I know the area, and I might be able to help. James, for better or worse, you seem determined to hitch your fate to catastrophe. But if you want to get yourself killed at a tender young age, who am I to naysay it? I used to pull the same stunts when Arutha wished to pull out of Krondor. All right then, Squire, you can come along, but these are the ground rules. 1, I am in charge, and you do whatever I say without question. 2, under no circumstances do you reveal anything about Gorath or our mission to anyone. If someone asks, we will continue what Senior Locklear suggested. Gorath is an elf. Thirdly, and lastly, you don't wander off on your own. I don't care if you're watering the trees, you ask me first. Is all that clear? Owen, absolutely, whatever you say. James, stop smiling. You're going to earn your keep. I know I'm going to regret this, but let's get moving. We have a long way to go and no time to get there. Let's see, am I close to the exit? Yes, very close. Good. I'm saving my chapter 2, yes. Right, out to Krondor. Okay. And now I'm outside. Okay. Well, I do appreciate the raid, DC, but I've been going for probably arguably longer than I ought have, and my throat's kind of my throat's kind of getting sore from all this. All right, hey Big D, thank you for the follow. Yes, you've raided into Krondor. Trail at Krondor. Oh yeah, I guess I should inform all you guys. Apparently, oh, thank you. You too, DC. Yes, need more DOS streamers. Absolutely. Um, Maybe you guys that weren't aware of this because it wasn't very well publicized, but the main designer of this game, Neil Halford, he had a stream on YouTube this morning. He gathered up a bunch of people who worked on the game, and they had a stream talking about their experiences. I was kind of busy with chores, so I didn't get to catch a whole lot, but I do intend on checking the VOD. And actually, hey, while I'm here, here's a shout out for Big D. Oh, I take it you weren't aware, DC? You know what? You know what's really killer? Um, Artyom visited the stream earlier, and he wasn't aware of it. He also wasn't. If you wouldn't mind sharing that Betrayal at Krondor VOD link. Yeah, yeah, in your Discord, sure. That's not a problem. It's just, I mean, I'm sure if you just searched for Neil Halford on YouTube or 30th anniversary, whatever, it probably comes up. But yeah, I can do that, no problem. But anyways, as I was saying, I know Artyom lives on the border of Oregon, and I don't know if you were aware of this, DC, but they had a get together in Eugene, Oregon, of Neil Halford and fans of the game, and Artyom wasn't aware of it, and he's like, I don't know how far away is Eugene from like Portland. I don't know, but he's in that area. It's a shame I've got some things going on. I'm going on vacation starting tomorrow. Otherwise, I would have been very tempted to go down there and get my manual signed by Neil. Yeah, yeah, they did. There just wasn't enough publicity of all this, unfortunately. But what can you do? Yeah. So I guess sounds super amazing. Yeah, I don't know how it was. Oots, congrats for your vacation. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And raid message, Pod Patrol, all the treats for Pod, of course. Yeah, okay. Let me quit the game here. Why is my mouse going? There it goes. Mouse goes a little crazy when I alt tab in and out. The tunes. Not the Romney tunes. Those are weird. Anyways, yeah, thank you for the Ray DC. Thank you for the follow, Gorasu, Tonix 68K, and Big D, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me for this 30th anniversary stream of Betrayal at Krondor. Unfortunately, this is going to be my last stream for a good solid month because I'm going on vacation next week, and then I'm going to be out of town after that for a little while. Fell asleep. Fell asleep due to pugs. Yeah, got a busy summer apparently. Yeah, I do. I find this is fun. This is fun to do, at least for now. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Uh, yes. I'm happy that you were able to catch this, and yeah. Good luck with Treasures, the rest of Treasures of the Savage Frontier, and good luck to Big D who's got his variety streams. He doesn't really need luck, does he? Trolled by pugs. Oh no. Let's see if anyone else is streaming Betrayal at Krondor that we can raid into. There is someone named Negaretep. need luck to handle your rambunctious crowd over there, Big D. Your viewers. As one of the best retro creative folks on Twitch. It's all skill. Yep, absolutely. So yeah, what do you guys think? Should we raid into the one other person streaming Betrayal at Krondor? And you guys, DC and Big D, you probably don't realize, but I'm always lurking, or not always, but very frequently lurking, and often I'm doing other stuff, so I don't really want to like announce my presence to get into like a conversation or whatever. But I'm lurking more than you think, more than you know. Okay, movie with girlfriend, very nice. Yeah, Eva and Tawa, yep, definitely a rambunctious crowd there. Yeah, I think that's just how it's gonna be this summer, at least for me. I got a lot of stuff going on, and really, I probably shouldn't even be streaming, but what can I say? I started, so I'm committed for now. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see. How do I spell this guy's name? Nigaretep. Nigar. There we go. Well, thank you, DC. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid again. Yeah. So all of you guys, have a good rest of your day night journey, as DC likes to say. Yeah, and, enjoy Betrayal at Krondor when you can. It's a classic. But anyways, yeah. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys around. We'll start the raid now.